absolutely recommend him to anybody, a friend or business associate. Number one, because I feel like he is just an honest person trying to help people, and that's huge. My name is Jeff Coleman, and I'm the president of Tulsa Air Specialists. I actually heard about Clay Staires through my wife. Clay had conducted some training for my wife's employer, and she came home and just said, "You got to talk to this guy." She was familiar with the transition that my dad and I were trying to undertake on our own, where he's been wanting to retire and kind of step back more from the company and wanting me to take more of a leadership role. And that was just a difficult process. And so in that training session that my wife sat in on, Clay had kind of relayed his story about working in a family business and some of the difficulties he had working for his dad. And so that was just like, you got to talk to this guy. So I called him. I think I really did just feel stuck. We had been trying to maneuver this transition for quite some time on our own. And my dad and I both work in the business. We both have families. We didn't have a lot of mental capacity at the end of the day to try and figure out how to transition the company. And so we both really kind of felt stuck. There'd been, some misunderstandings, and I think we were kind of at a place where we didn't know what to do. So reaching out to Clay really helped to kind of have a third party there helping us. I think more than anything, he helped me to feel like it was obviously taking over from what my dad was done. I was a little bit hesitant of really throwing out my vision of what I want the company to be like. I felt like that was in maybe some ways a critique of what he had done. But he gave me the confidence to kind of dismiss that hesitation and just kind of go ahead and put it out there. I think before working with Clay, I had a lot of junk in my head. Everybody grows with certain beliefs about the world and about themselves, and you tend to kind of feel like that's the truth about yourself because that's what you've grown up believing. And I think Clay really helped me to question some of that stuff, and that's been a huge difference in my life. One of the expressions I've heard Clay say a number of times is "giddy up," and that kind of typifies what Clay's all about. He's high energy for sure, very engaging, but yet perceptive. And so it's something else. The best thing he did was he rolled up his sleeves and got in the middle of it. He put out some goals. He gave us a little bit of structure to how the transition should move, which was huge. So that structure provided some goals that we worked towards and then through, and put us on a path to moving a little bit forward each and every week. And the movement is just huge. I think it gets back to the things that you believe about yourself. He's helped me to really question some of those beliefs that I had, and helped me to see that, yeah, I may believe that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. And so that's kind of led me on a personal search for what is really true about myself. And that's discovering some of that and kind of having some of that revealed has just been huge for my confidence. He is very perceptive. He is willing to walk through the mud with you, or someone you're working with, and he's willing to call you out on some things that you may be doing wrong as well. Not in a bad way, but yeah, there's been several times where he's helped me to see things that I was not handling the best way. And so once you can get past that part where you're really dug in, I think that helps move things along very quickly. I would absolutely recommend him. Another thing is that a family business is a different kind of business than any other business. And some of the dynamics that come into play with a family business can be a little bit intimidating for a coach or a consultant. And Clay's experience walking through a family business with his family and being involved in that dynamic, he understands that. And so that's really something that was a benefit to having him work with us through this transition.